back once again to take another look at the Women's Euro 2022. Today, we're going to take a look at the second matches over in Group C and D. Who's edging closer to the knockouts? Who's edging closer to home? We're going to take a look at it. All of it next. Production video. Today we're taking a look at the match number 2, part 2 of the Women's Euro 2022. That's right, of course, over in England, and we'll get to that in just one second. If you know where you've been, smash your subscribe button. Back up to all things Euro 22 related, Babylon Rose related, world football related. We got it all here, boys, under one roosty. That's right, of course, we're edging closer ever so much. I think we're at the breaking point, the halfway point of the group matches, and of course, so far so good for some nations, but some nations are edging closer to the trapdoor. Who are they? We'll take a little look at them in just a second. Of course, big shout out to my VIPs. They're the patrons, guys. You know who you are. But anyway, let's get into it, of course. Before all that, we're going to review the situation over in our Super Brew. That's right, our prediction league. This is the league table as it stands, completed now after full set of matches now. 6 games played. And this is it. So James PFC are great, and JP Joker currently top the billing there with 10.5 points. Hansworth is not too far with a 10. A Judy's in 4th with 8. There I am sitting in the middle there, a 7 of course, and Millie's having a bit of a stinker. 2.5 points at the bottom there, but it's still early days, all early days. Let's take a look at how, of course, we've done so far. Of course, in the matches. Of course, we'll jump right into we did these already the other day. It's now the groups C and D. So Portugal ended up as a 2-2 draw. I think we all got it pretty much. Did we all get it pretty much wrong? I got it wrong. Somebody got 2-2 here. Hansworth's got it bang on point. A Judy, of course, and JP Joker with a draw as well. So they're pretty close to the money. And the rest of us, we did absolute shit. So not great on that one. Moving on to the Dutchies and the Swedes, end up 1-1. Of course, a couple of them got them bang on the point as well. JP Joker again. JPFC also picking up bang on point with 3 points for those score lines. Millie got herself a point there with a draw. A Judy also me, absolute stinker as well. So not great on that one. Moving forward to the Belgians against Iceland. I got it wrong. I went with the 3 for the Belgians. I was wrong. Absolutely everybody got this one wrong. Nobody opted for the draw. So surprise, surprise. And then wrap it up. Big win for France. 5-1 win it was. In the end, the only one closest was Winky. Of course, picked up a 4-1 win, gets an extra half a point than the rest of us. And then a couple of guys went for the draw there. But that's the state of play. And just to remind you, it is still free to open. Get involved. And, of course, explore the Super Bros. We're going to look at it in a bit more detail as, of course, when the new seasons come back around.
All right, then, folks. Let's get to the second match day now. Of course, match number 2, part 2. Again, joined by Millie, the wizard, or the female wizard. Of course, coming at you now, we're going to take a little look at the last results. Of course, see how I got on, see how Millie got on. Of course, you can see the Super Brew League table for yourself. Again, remember, get involved with the Super Brew. You can still get involved now. It is just for fun, but it is something we're taking a serious look at for the new season, for the championship, and all the other bits and pieces. So let's take a look at how we all got on. Of course, Portugal took on Switzerland last time around, and what happened in that game? It was a 2-2 draw. Millie went with a 3-2 win for Portugal. I went with a 2-0 win for Switzerland. We were both wrong on that one. Right down the middle, 2-2 it was. Meanwhile, the Dutchies against Sweden all ended up as a draw. Millie picked up a 0-0 on that one. I went with a 2-1 for the Dutch. I was wrong. Millie picked up a cheeky little point on that one. She might even got close to the money. I don't know. I've got to check out the Super Brew later. Meanwhile, Belgium against Iceland ended up as a draw as well. I went with a 3-0 win. Millie went with a 3-1 win for Iceland. And again, we both got that one wrong. So we're looking pretty terrible for this batch of games. And then wrapping up, of course, France destroyed Italy 5-1. Millie got the right amount of goals. She actually got 6 goals in this. She went with the 3-2 draw. I just went with the 2-1 win for France. So I might get a point for that. But that's match number 2, part 1. We are now jumping in the deep end for match day number 2, part 2. And of course, these are the games. What are you thinking about the Euro so far? Millie, how do you think England are going to do? They're, of course, in action tomorrow. Do you think they've got a good chance to getting another win under their belt?
Yeah, I think it's looking promising. Obviously, you can't really say, yeah, they'll win, because more than likely you'll say that and then they don't. So I don't really want to say anything like that. But yeah, obviously I will be backing them. But yeah, come on, England.
Come on, England. Yeah, you don't want to give them the jinx and then they'll lose, because they never want to be like, oh, man, they said they were going to win. But anyway, let's go and take a look at these next games, which are the second round matches for Group C and D. We'll jump in the deep end with Sweden. They're going to be taking on Switzerland, of course. Let's take a look at this one there now. Millie, have your predictions standing by. Taking place at Bramall Lane. Boo! Sheffield United, of course, home ground. Sweden up against the Switzerland, of course. Played each other 3 times in 2015. 2 wins for Sweden, 1 win for Switzerland. And we have got 0 draws. Sweden, though, unbeaten in the last 13 games. Meanwhile, Switzerland haven't won in the last 7. Goodness gracious. 17% form for Switzerland compared to Sweden's 83% form. The biggest win for Sweden over Switzerland was a 4-1 win. The biggest win the other way was a 3-1 win. And of course, Sweden scored 6 goals to Switzerland's 4 in those 3 matches. Works out about a 2 goals a game ratio. Of course, last time played that was way back in February 2019. It was a 4-1 win for Sweden. And of course, Sweden coming in on the back of a draw against the Dutchies. Meanwhile, Switzerland coming in on the back of a draw against Portugal. So everybody in this group, Group C, are level on 1 point. The odds for this game, though, Sweden are 3-1 on. That means they're red hot favourites for this one. 4-1 is a draw. 7-1 is your long shots at Switzerland. Millie, it's over to you.
So for the Sweden versus Switzerland game, I've gone 2-0 to Switzerland.
You like you back the underdog. You do like to back the underdog. 2-0 for the Switzerland. I'm going to go the other way. Make sure you put your picks in the Super Brew, because we want to see how well you do against the watching public. Next up, of course, we do have in the same group, it is the Dutchies up against Portugal. Of course, Portugal last-minute additions to the Euros from Russia's, of course, getting booted out for being naughty. Of course, this takes place at the Lee Sports Village, which I believe is the Manchester City Academy. I think I figured that out between the last time we talked about that and this time. They've played each other twice. Netherlands are managed by an Americano, Mark Parsons. Portugal managed by Francesco Conceição Roquenito. There you go. Of course, now they play each other twice. 2 wins for the Dutchies, 75% form for them. Their biggest win over Portugal was a 7-0 win. Goodness gracious me. They've scored 10 goals to Portugal's 2 in those 2 games. But Portugal coming to this unbeaten in the last 5 games, picking up 2 draws and 3 wins. So they're looking good on this one. But the last time played, it was just a 3-2 win for the Dutchies over Portugal back in 2014 as a World Cup qualification game. But Portugal did pick up a draw against Switzerland. Sweden did draw with the Dutchies on this one. The odds for this one, the Dutchies 4-1 on. Red hot favourites, of course. 11-1 long shots. That's Portugal, and 9-2 is your draw. Millie, what do you got?
For Netherlands versus Portugal, I've gone for 2-2.
2-2 once again. Could be a bit of a nightmare scenario over in the Group C if they keep on drawing games. But Millie's back to a draw here. I'm going to back the Dutchies on this one. I'm going to go with a 3-0 win. Big win for the Dutchies. But again, the women's game is definitely a bizarre one, because no disrespect, but it's not going. A lot of these results have not gone the way of the bookies, and they're sometimes heavily backed. And Millie is coming at this with a fresh approach to it. Into Group D now we go. Italy up against Iceland. Let's get into this one now. This match will take place on the 14th of July. That's a Thursday. Played each other twice, these 2 sides. Of course, Italy have picked up a win and a draw against Iceland, and they're coming to us on the back of, what are we looking at here? 1 defeat in the past 4 for Italy, 58% form. Against Iceland, unbeaten in the last 4. In fact, just 1 defeat in the past 6. Italy's biggest win, the only win over Iceland, was a 1-0 win. That was all the way back in April 2021. Of course, they played each other in quick succession back in April 2021. 2 games within the space of a week, but Italy came out of that unbeaten. Italy did beat, actually got smashed by France 5-1. That might have been a statement of intent there for France. Meanwhile, Iceland coming to on the back of that cheeky draw against Belgium. The odds for this one, 21-20 is your Italy, 12-5 is your draw, 13-5 is your Iceland. Millie, it's over to you.
Well, I've gone for a 3-1 win to Italy this time.
Nice one. You're stealing my thoughts there. I'm going to go with a 2-0 win for Italy. I'm sticking with you on that one, and we'll go into the final one here with, of course, France, the heavyweights, up against Belgium. of course, who's going to come out on top on this one. So here we go again on Thursday, the 14th of July, the late kickoff on this one. Played each other 3 times. France have beaten Belgium 3 out of 3, and they come into 100% form, France. Match will take place at the New York Stadium over in Rotherham. Of course, Rovers will be there later in the season. Belgium coming into this, though, 58% form, winning 2 of the last 5, 58% form. The biggest win for France over Belgium was a 7-0 win, and they've actually scored 11 goals to Belgium's 1 in the course of those 3 games. Works out around about 3.67 goals a game ratio compared to Belgium's 0.33. And of course, the last time I played that was just a 2-0 win back on the 7th of the 7th, 2017. That was a friendly. And of course, France 5-1 winners over Italy. In fact, if I could do my quick maths here, 7, 10, 12, 16 goals. France have scored 16 goals in the last 3 games. They've only conceded 1 of the last 4. Belgium are coming to on the back of a draw against Iceland. 7-1 on is your France, 11-2 is your Belgium, and 18-1 long shot Belgium. Millie, what you got?
I'm going to go for a 2-2.
2-2 once again, going against the grain. A couple of 2-2s there. I'm going to have to go big on France here. They impressed me against Italy on this one. Thanks again, Millie, for joining us. The rumour has it that she's going away for vacation, so she might not be here. Probably not going to be here for match number 3. We'll have to cope without you. Of course, hopefully we'll get catch up with Millie later on. Hopefully she can still do a picks on the Super Brew on the road. Well, it's up to you if you can. If you can't, it's okay. But I appreciate you stopping by. But that, my ladies, is it.
If you want to get involved, here is the link here. It's /Euro 2022. There's a QR code on the screen. And, of course, check it all out. It is free. And there you have it, folks. There you bloody have it. That's, of course, our predictions for match number 2, part 2. Here is the Super Brew link. Once again, it is free to get your name in there. Get your name in lights. It is just for fun this time around. And hopefully I'll see you when of course, we come back around for match number 3. That's right. So, hopefully, you did that. Of course, make sure you smash your subscribe, smash the thumbs up, and smash the little bell as well, as we try to continue our coverage of Euro 2022 all the way through to the final. That is it, boys and girls. I'll see you later. Of course, we'll be back match number 3, part 1 very, very soon. But until then, we are done.